Howdy folks, hope everybody doing real good. Gonna be whooping up some collard greens this afternoon. And I'm gonna be starting this out in the Instant Pot. I got two big old smoked turkey legs here. We gotta get them cooked and tender and falling off the bone. And that generally takes a couple of hours. I'm gonna speed this process up by getting the braising liquid made in the Instant Pot. And this will fall apart pretty quick. You can use turkey neck, smoked turkey wings, whatever you want. You just want a smoked meat for these collards. It makes them extra good. Also, for that braising liquid, you're going to need an onion that's diced up pretty big, just a rough chop, a bell pepper, some black pepper, a couple cloves of garlic. Going to need a little brown sugar, some apple cider vinegar. We're going to bump it up with some chicken bullion, some paprika, mostly for color. We're going to need some Louisiana hot sauce to get a little vinegar and a kick out of that. A little bit of Cajun and Creole seasoning and a couple of cups of chicken broth. That's a homemade broth. You don't have that, use a store-bought. Be just fine. Once we get this braising liquid put together, I got 2 bags of pre-processed collards back there. I usually buy the bundles and do them myself, but the ones in the store didn't look too good. We'll get them washed up real good, and we'll go into a Dutch oven pot on the stove and let these braise for a little bit till they tender. I got some butter back there in the Instant Pot right now, melted. We'll get that on Sautee and start this. I'm also going to whoop up a skillet of buttermilk cornbread. I'll show you how I do that as well. Let's get to cooking. We got 2 tablespoons of butter here. We're going to get us this onion in. Bell pepper. I'm going to get us a little of this Cajun and Creole in here, mostly just salt this a little bit. We're going to let these saute here a few minutes. I got the chicken broth heating up over in the microwave. That just keeps you from pulling the temperature of this pot down. We're going to go in with a little black pepper, a couple of cloves of minced garlic, or rough chopped garlic. Let that sweat there a minute. I'm going to get this chicken broth in here. 3 cups. Chicken bouillon in. Put about 2 teaspoons in. A little paprika. Oh, good Lord. Do about a teaspoon and a half, 2 teaspoons of that. Get a little hot sauce in here, a couple of teaspoons. That's about a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. We're going to get us a little bit of brown sugar in. That's about a teaspoon and a half, 2 teaspoons. Get this smoked turkey in here. A little bit more Cajun and Creole seasoning. We're going to put that on seal. We're going to go from saute to pressure cook. Do about 45 minutes on this, high pressure. See y'all back shortly. Alright, this was beeping at me, and I let the steam off. Let's open this up and take a look and see what it's talking about. We tender, falling apart. Most definitely falling apart. Gonna be extra good. We'll let that old turkey cool there a few minutes and then get it busted apart. Go ahead and look and find any of these old stems. I don't like them big old stems. And when you buy them like this, that's how they are. You buy them in a bundle and strip them yourself. You don't have to worry about all that. I mean, look at that. Nobody wants that in their collards. It's ridiculous. I got the greens cleaned up. You see how much mess was in there. All them old big stems. Those things, they hard to cook and get tender. Smelling pretty good. Give this old pot liquor a taste. Pretty good. Need a little more chicken bouillon. Pinch of black pepper. And I think it needs a little garlic powder and onion powder in there too. Once you get to this stage, you just taste it and adjust the seasonings as you like. I like mine pretty heavily seasoned. What else you can put in there than chicken bouillon is real good is some of this Goya salad and vegetable seasoning. It goes real good in greens as well. And cut this fire back. We'll let them simmer about 30 minutes and we'll take a look at them. See y'all back shortly. Well, we're going to get started whooping this cornbread up. And we're going to do this in a cast iron skillet. And for this, I'm going to be using this Dixie Lily. This is a self-rising cornmeal. It does not have the flour in it, but it has the leavening agents and whatnot in it, and stuff to make it rise. And I tell you right now, it's a really good cornmeal mix if you can find it. I highly recommend you try it. It's one of my favorites for cornbread. We're going to be doing a buttermilk cornbread, but the first thing we're going to do is get us some shortening in this skillet. And I'm going to put about a tablespoon in here. And I got the oven preheated 375. We're going to pop that in there and let that skillet get hot. It's heating up. We're going to get this together. That's a cup of all-purpose flour. It's not self-rising, just plain old flour. I'm going to use a cup of cornmeal. And put me a little salt in here. And I'm going to mix this cornmeal up with this flour. I'm going to get us a whooped up egg in here. 1/4 cup vegetable oil. We're going to need a cup of buttermilk. So it's cup. Fairly easy recipe on this. Makes an outstanding cornbread. It's just a touch dry and put a little more buttermilk in. Alrighty. Now, as soon as that looks pretty good to me. Now as soon as this skillet's nice and hot, we're going to pour it in there. Alright, we got our shortening melted down here pretty good. I think that's a touch too much. Pour a little bit of it out of here. There we go, just like it. We're going to get that in the oven. About 20 minutes, we'll start looking at it. It's like anything when you're cooking. Just keep an eye on stuff. It'll probably be 25 to 30 minutes, and then we'll hit the broiler a little bit, get it on top brown. Alright, cornbread was in the oven there about 25 minutes, a few minutes under broil. We're just going to drizzle us a little butter on here. Buttered up real nice. We'll let that cool there a few minutes and then pop it out of that skillet. These been going about 35-40 minutes. See if they're getting tender. Sure smell good. Boy, I tell you what, them taste good, that is for sure. Gonna need a few more minutes. Let's do about another 15 on them. See y'all back short. Look at that beautiful crust right there. Nice and crispy. Nice crispy crust. Gonna be some good cornbread. Well, we got our old cornbread right here. I'm gonna go ahead and get a little hit of that. Boy, oh boy. Now these greens, they could have cooked a little longer. But I like mine to have a little bite to them. I don't like them real mushy. But you cook them however you want to. That rabbit folks approved. We started that braising liquid out in the pressure cooker, speed it up. We can do this all exactly in the same pot, exactly the same way. It's just going to take you a little while to get that turkey tender. Probably about 2.5 hours on the stove top. That's it, folks. Some of them old southern smoked turkey collard greens with buttermilk cornbread. Till next time, peace.